So I never hit 50K a month until I realized that I was wasting my time doing the wrong stuff. I was trying to go viral and I was successfully going viral, but I wasn't making any money. And it wasn't until I realized what I should be doing every day that I went from making 1,000 a month to making over 57 grand in 30 days and winning a contest hosted by Alex Hormozy. If you've been stuck where you're at for a while, whether that's not making enough money or not making any money at all, we're gonna cover 5 things that I wish I knew sooner that will help you if you wanna make 10K to 50K per month or more. Number 1, booking sales calls is the absolute best use of your time. If you're watching this video, you're probably a coach or a consultant or somebody who wants to sell something online in exchange for money. And I'm specifically helping people who help people. And so if that is not you, get the fuck out of here. If that is you, stay. And the absolute best way to sell education is through sales calls. Because you can sell at the highest price, you can deliver the most value, and you can actually see if the person you're trying to sell to is a good fit for what you have, rather than selling some fucking $47 course and not helping anybody. And we'll talk about low ticket in a little bit. But the problem with doing anything that doesn't get you customers is that it doesn't get you customers. And I know that's like, wow, bro, that's mind-blowing. That's totally not obvious. But usually the people who are making less than $10,000 a month, it's very, very simple. You're not doing things that make you money. You're making YouTube videos and not doing anything to monetize your leads. You're anything. You're trying to be productive. You're reading books. You're taking courses. I don't know. What the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you making money? If you are not consistently offering something that is paid to people every single day, why do you think you're not making money? if you're not on the phone or in front of somebody's face and saying, yeah, I do think I could help you. Do you want me to walk you through what it looked like to work together? And then tell them what it would look like and what you have to offer and how much money it is. And then they either say yes or no, and you move on with your life. If you are not doing that, no fucking wonder you're not making money. And the thing is, it's really hard not to make money if you do that every single day. And that's why the difference between an educational creator or a coach who is making lots of money and one of them who is not making money is the amount of sales calls that they have booked per week. Now, I'm not saying you have to do sales calls for the rest of your life, and the only way to make money is through sales calls. But the absolute best use of your time right now, if you're making less than $10,000 a month, is sales calls. Okay? When I made 57K in 30 days, I had never taken a sales call before in my life. I was absolutely fucking terrified to. But I really wanted to win the school games, and they didn't have that trophy yet. But, if they did, I would have said, yeah, I want that fucking trophy. And so I was willing to do it. I'm such a fucking introvert. Sales calls, the idea of it is horrifying. But I did it anyway. And I closed a lot of those calls, maybe 50% even, because my price wasn't that high. It was $1,000 a month. And you might think that's high, but it is really not. That is low ticket. That is mid ticket, essentially. High ticket is like 3K or more. And I was able to close like 60 clients that month. And that was way too fucking many. I could not deliver on that. I way overpromised and overworked myself, and that was, I don't have any regrets now because it's over a year and a half later, but that shit was crazy. But it taught me, oh my God, I was making $1,000 a month selling a low ticket product after trying to work on that for 9 straight fucking months. And then I spent 30 days with a completely new niche, with a completely new audience, no audience actually, just making loom fucking videos on school. And then some people would see those videos, join my free community. I would get them onto a call and I would sell them something that was $1,000. In 30 days, I collected $57,000. Like that blew my mind. And so if you are not on calls with people saying, hey, I have this thing, so we'll talk about sales calls next. But if you are not on sales calls with people, you are fucking up, okay? Now I'm going to explain why. Number 2, sales calls aren't hard. They're misunderstood. And so I was fucking horrified of taking sales calls. Even after taking like 100 of them, they were still pretty fucking terrifying. But the problem with fearing sales calls is that it makes you not take them, or it makes you take them, but be so fucking anxious that you don't really close very well. And so a lot of people go into sales calls, and I am in no way a sales expert. I'm horrible at sales. I just follow what other people tell me to do, and it ends up working. But I've changed my mindset around sales recently. If you're horrible at sales calls, but you can talk to somebody, you're good at sales calls. If you're horrible at sales, but you have a good pitch, a good offer, you can sell 100%. And so what is the benefit of sales calls? Well, you get to know your avatar. And so I had a sales call yesterday, was it? I think it was yesterday, with a kid who didn't end up joining. Not like a child, kid. Call most people kids, if they're not like 30 with a beard. And he didn't end up joining, which was fine because he didn't have money. But he said, and if you're watching, bro, what's good, homie? That was kind of awkward. He said, bro, I feel bad. Like, we just had this whole call and I didn't end up joining. I feel like I wasted your time. Sorry, dude. I'm like, bro, this is not a waste of time. Like, you and I got to talk for an hour. You're the exact kind of person I like to help. And so I got to learn about your motivations, about what's stopping you, about your beliefs. And I got more value from that. Like, the value you can give me is not just with your money. Like, I got value from today, whether you end up joining or not. And he's like, okay, I feel less bad now. I'm like, good. You don't have to feel bad for not giving me many thousands of dollars. And so one benefit, and I know most people are going to think, oh, well, that's fucking retarded. I'm not going to hop on calls with people if they're not going to give me money and just to get to know them. Like, what? Bro, if you get to know your fucking avatar, you can make videos for them that actually attract them instead of making videos and just hoping the right people end up watching them. You can sell to them. You can say, hey, are you struggling with common fear that your avatars have told you over and over that they struggle with? Well, I can get you to desired outcome that they've told you that they want. And so I know that most of the people I've had calls with, they tell the most common thing I hear is 10K a month is their goal. And the thing that's stopping them is that they don't know what they don't know. They've tried posting videos for a while and it's just not working, and they just really don't know what to do at this point to get more traffic. And then often they're not aware of this problem, so they're not problem aware, but if they're even getting leads, they're not monetizing them very well. They have a low price, a bad offer, some shitty conversion method. And so I help them fix all of that and make more money. But I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't understand where they are. And because I've talked with hundreds of people on calls, I actually understand how to help them now. And so when you have a call with somebody, you're seeing if you can help them, and then you're offering them help, and then you help them make a decision. So that's literally it. The sales script is there for you to ask them questions that help you understand where they're at, where they want to go, and their motivations for doing so. And then it also helps them think about where they're at, where they want to go, why they want to not stay in the same situation where they are. And so a lot of people think, well, it's manipulative to get somebody to obsess about how bad their life is. And it's like, no, the reason they're on the call is because they want your fucking help. And if you want to encourage them to take action, you need to help them. You need to bring awareness to the thing that they don't want, which is the life that they currently have, the financial situation that they currently have, their mental situation, their fitness, whatever it is, whatever you help them do. Where they are, they hate. They do not like it. Even if they like a lot of their life. The specific part of their life they were trying to solve, they were trying to get rid of, they were trying to get away from, they were trying to go towards something that they want more of. And if you can help them do that, it's your responsibility to encourage them to make a decision that's going to get them closer to their goal. If you truly believe you can help somebody, then just saying, oh yeah, I think I can help you, and not asking them any questions about why they want to achieve their goal, how their current situation has been having an impact on them, what they've tried before, all this shit that people are like, oh no, it's sales manipulation. It's helping them make a decision. And yeah, don't do this if your product fucking sucks. Don't sell a shitty product. If you suck, Don't sell coaching calls. You need to get better before you can help people. But a lot of people who are experts at what they do and can genuinely help people are afraid of sales calls for some reason. Where that is the literal best use of your time to be able to help people and make more money. Number 3, raise your fucking price. So, the problem with like low ticket is, say you want to sell something for $50 because you're like, I want to help the whole world. Not the whole world can spend $5,000 on high ticket one-to-one coaching. And then I also don't like sales calls, so I want to sell through a VSL. And it's like, all right, so you're going to make a fucking course, and then you're going to have some random anybody join for $50, and they're probably never going to even finish the course because it's such a low investment of their money. $50, that's a fucking steak, bro. And they see it as very not valuable. They're like, a lot of people ask for a refund because they're like, oh, I never took action on the course and it didn't work. So, dab me up, homie. All right, never mind. You will help less people with low ticket, genuinely. Now, if you have something that's absolutely fucking incredible and you want to sell it for low ticket, go ahead. If you've already made millions and you've helped so many people and you want to sell this proven framework for $50, you could just give it away for free and probably make more because of the reputation it would build for you. But if you want to sell it for $50, go ahead. If you're making less than 10K a month, do not sell something for fucking $50. You're going to have to sell 200 of those. 200! It's so much harder to sell 200 things at $50 than it is to sell 2 things at $5,000. Because if you have a low close rate on a call, 25% close rate is like kind of low. You need 8 calls to sell 2 things for $5,000. 8 calls in a month. That's 2 calls per week. 2 calls per week. And you can make 10K a month. That's my point. And so how do you raise your price? Well, you raise it. And, bruh. And then you increase your value. So you make whatever you have more valuable. Make sure it can actually help somebody. Get them a return on investment. Not saying that you have to help them make money, because if your thing is not, I help you make money, obviously I'm going to increase your fitness, which is going to help you make money. That doesn't make any sense. Make it worth it. If somebody wants a 6-pack in 12 months and you can help them do that, I think that's worth $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 for some people. If it's really going to boost their confidence, help them feel better about themselves, whatever the fuck it is, doesn't matter. Increase the value. Make sure it's actually going to work. Give them daily accountability. Give them your phone number. Give them monthly calls with you. Give them weekly calls with you. Walk them through a system that's proven to work. And then you also want to increase the perceived value. And so this isn't just, I could add 100 one-to-one calls. That increases the value. That might not increase the perceived value very much, because that's just, here's a bunch of deliverables. Where the fuck did the cat go? What the fuck? He just disappeared. That's sus as fuck. And so you can increase your perceived value with like how you position and structure the offer. So for me, I like to do a 3-phase pitch where you basically give people a logical explanation of how you're going to take them from where they are to where they want to go. And so for me, I'm like, so the first thing we do is build your YouTube engine. And that's because after blowing up 4 channels with a focus on going viral, I realized that I was broke. And I saw other people who were getting way less views than me making way more money. Like this dude making 400K a month with 3,000 views per video. And so I had a theory that if instead of going viral, I could just, make specific videos for a specific audience. And I would make a lot more money. And so to test this theory, I did exactly that. And I ended up making over 57K in 30 days and winning the school games. And so when you join my program, instead of, going viral and getting no sales, we build your YouTube engine, which is essentially a channel strategy to target a specific avatar and get the right views. And then we set up a simple lead generation system so you can start getting leads instantly instead of waiting. And we'll do this within 24 hours of you joining. So it's like boom, quick win, clarity, foundation setup. And then phase 2 is like, all right, so now that you've got your channel strategy set up, we've got some momentum going, we're going for the rapid leads protocol. We're going to get as many leads as humanly possible. And so most people, when they want to get more leads, they'll improve their video quality. So they'll get an editor, they'll buy a thumbnail designer, they'll script their videos, they'll edit their videos, they'll buy a fancy setup, but that's a fucking waste of time and money. And so what we do instead is we simplify your content so that we can maximize output. Because most people try to get lucky with YouTube, but there's no element of luck to YouTube. There's just figuring out what works, what gets people to click, what gets people to watch. And so what we do instead of improve your content quality is we simplify your content production so you can make more content. And then we'll be able to find what works faster. And then by doing that, we'll be able to double down on what works so that we can get as many leads as possible. And this should take about 4 weeks. And then in phase 3, we're gonna start the content to cash protocol, where we make as much cash as humanly possible. And so we take those leads that you've gotten and we monetize them. We set up an effective monetization strategy so that you not only can make a lot of money, but you do it in a way that isn't impossible to sell, and it doesn't take all day to deliver. You don't have to make any crazy guarantees. And another problem people often have is they have this super complicated offer, super complex funnels, and they try to sell to their audience all the time, and they make their audience hate them. And so what we do instead is we figure out exactly what to sell to your audience, how to position it, and how to sell it effectively and consistently without making your audience hate you. And by the end, that should take you to about $20K a month, whatever. And then you go into the deliverables. So that was all a logical explanation of how we get from A to B. That increases perceived value. And then you go into the deliverables. You don't say from the jump, I'll do this for you, and I give you daily accountability and all these things and blah, blah, blah. But then after you go through the 3 phases of how you're logically going to go from here to here to here, here's a problem you're going to have. Here's generally how we're going to solve it. High level overview. Here's the benefits you're going to get by doing that. And then, after you want to do deliverables, you want to talk about deliverables. And so and the way we're going to do this is first we're going to book your 1-to-1 game plan call with me, where we'll look at your channel and we'll build your channel strategy together. So we're going to build your YouTube engine live on this call, and we're going to set up a simple funnel so you can start getting leads immediately. You'll also get my phone number, so anytime you need support, you can text me anytime. And then we're going to go into the rapid leads protocol. So I'm going to make a game plan for you. I'm going to take care of the heavy lifting in terms of packaging, ideation, video styles. I'll even make your first 4 thumbnails and titles for you just to speed up the process and not waste any time guessing. And we'll go hard on this for a few weeks, and then we can move into the content to cash protocol, where we make as much money as humanly possible. And again, just as a little bonus, you get 4 1-to-1 calls with me that you can cash in at any time. And then you get 6 months access to my community of other experts like you, where we do weekly group calls. It's a lot of fun. So how's that sound? And so it's basically that increases the perceived value. Rather than just telling you get 4 1-to-1 calls with me, I write a game plan for you, and you get 4 thumbnails from me. That doesn't sound like anything, but if I walk you through this whole 3-phase pitch of how we're going to achieve a result based on what you've told me, based on what I know, based on the proof I have, then it makes sense. So people need a logical explanation of how you can get them from A to B. And if you have that, you can charge a very high price. So my thing right now, it's marketing tactic to not say it, but who fucking cares? I'm going to raise it in the future. It's $6K. And then I have a no-brainer $7K upsell. And I've had I have a 60% close rate right now. I haven't pitched it to that many people. I need to do more volume, but it's working better. I have a higher close rate than when I was selling $1,000 thing, just because it's so much higher value and the perceived value is so much higher. And so you just want to make it a no-brainer. And to me, I feel like I'm losing out when I sell this, because I'm like, fuck, this person is going to get an insane result for only $6K. I should be charging $8K. I should be charging $10K, and I am in the future. But $6K feels like a fucking steal. And so that increases my confidence. That makes it feel like a no-brainer. And so you should make an offer so good and a pitch so good that your price feels low. And if you're selling on calls, do not sell, anything under 3K. Just fucking don't do it. Number 4, stop fucking with what works. Here's a quote from one of my mentors, Andrew Kirby. I was basically asking about, should I charge $1 instead of having a free community? Because maybe each member will be more valuable and it'll filter out the wrong people. And what he said was, stop thinking of ways to innovate on the model until you've mastered the model. The lowest hanging fruit is not innovating, it's following the proven steps. Proven model is free group. Don't do a $1 group. That's it. And he follows this to a T. He does not change something that already works. Of course you can get a bunch of low ticket sales if you want. You might be able to upsell those sales and do all this different shit. But why not just follow what you know already works? The proven thing. Instead of trying to make these little 1% increment improvements, do what works and do more of what works until you can't do more, until it's not working, until a problem comes up. I always keep thinking, I got to change my pitch. I got to change the sales script. And then I'm like, no, it's working. Why would I change it if it's already working? I need to pitch it to more people. I need to book more calls, and I need to deliver it with my clients, and then I need to make YouTube videos. And that's literally it. Make YouTube videos, keep booking more calls, deliver to my clients until a big problem comes up and it's basically screaming at me to solve it. Then I solve it. But I don't need to add more features, add more shit I have to do for other things and tweak little things. And so many people do this. Oh, I got to change my banner. It's not resonating with my mission. Oh, I got to fucking write a description. Oh, I got to do the keywords correctly. Like, no, you don't have to do the fucking keywords, you retard. Okay, now, I just turned off my phone. I hope all that was saved. I realized I don't have a number 5, so I don't know why I wrote 5 steps. But I guess number 5, subscribe. And if you want my help growing your channel or monetizing your leads or both or something like that, book a call with me below. Or if you want to help for free, you can join my free community that is also below. Bye and subscribe.